All right, great. Wednesday is no Tuesday. It's today Tuesday. Great Tuesday afternoon. I tell you guys, the days roll in, they blend in together. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's Muscola Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do to get you some information, inspiration, motivation, so that you can go out and attack the day. And listen, I'm coming to you from Tyler, Texas, out here for the last day before I head home tonight or today, this afternoon, and am going to spend some time back home getting a whole bunch of things ready because we've got a lot coming up. But today I want to talk to you about what we have to do to better explain the affordability of your product. Manufactured homes, why are they less expensive? Man, too many people think that it's a cheaper product. They associate the cost with being cheap and cheap in quality, cheap in product, cheap in materials. But that's not really the case. And so, there's a quote that says effective communication is a key factor in success of your product. And I want to talk to you about that because I want you guys to understand this one thing. When you use the word affordable in your marketing, yes, the homes are more affordable, but you have to go beyond that because now it's getting to a point where affordable starts to mean cheap, right? It used to be cheap was cheap and affordable was just affordable. But now, especially in the housing industry, affordable people take that as being cheap housing, subsidized housing, government subsidized housing, things of that nature. And so you need to be careful with that because in manufactured homes, our product is not cheap. It's not a cheaper version of a house. It's less expensive. It costs less, but there's factors that go into why it costs less. And unless we can better explain that and help people understand that, too many people are going to continue to think that the product is less expensive or that it's just a cheaper quality, right? It's just a trailer as opposed to a house, as opposed to a house. But what can we do to be able to get that point across? Because there's several factors that go into play as to why these houses are more affordable. Because, like, take for instance this community that I'm in today, out here in Tyler, Texas, Los Alamos. This is truly a luxury resort living type environment with manufactured homes that are completely decked out. I mean, these things are gorgeous. The community is gorgeous. The homes are gorgeous. The ground, you drive up here, nothing about this place, I mean, is really trailer park, so to speak, right? And so when you are out there, wherever it is that you are across the country, and you're getting the messaging out, you're talking to folks, you're branding yourself, you're branding your location, you're branding your community, you have to make sure that you're speaking about what makes your homes a lesser price per square foot. Why is it that it's more affordable? Not that it's cheaper. It's just affordable housing. No, explain what you mean by affordable housing. What makes it more affordable? The fact that it's factory built. Okay, great. What about that? They're built in a factory, so they what's again, like, kind of when you're feature benefiting, right? What is the benefit to that? There's several things, right? Less build time, that less material. There's no material thefts. It's a overall a better cost to the home because of the faster build times, because there's no extra materials that need to get bought. You're not running across those things that are going on every single day out in the site built world where they're stealing material off. The lumber stays out there, it's exposed to the elements, for one, so then they got to replace damaged material. Two, it's exposed, it's out there in the open, so people start coming up in the middle of the night, start stealing lumber and materials off of your site. That's another thing that you need to be careful with, right? And so you want to make sure that you are able to explain these things. The cost of labor. Why is the cost of labor less in a manufactured home? Right? And the fact that you have the trades on staff is one of those things that cuts down the cost. I'm not paying extra for the fact that I've got a master electrician, a master plumber that I have to pay extra because he's charging me contractor price as opposed to employee price, right? And so those things work to the buyer's advantage. The material, same lumber. You're going to see something here shortly that I'm going to share with you. It's the same materials that are being used out in the stick built world. But the fact that we buy them in bulk, you save money. The customer saves money because it's costing them less to be able to get that home. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well, right? And then you add on top of that the fact that you're talking about it being factory built. You've got the materials being bought in bulk, and then your trades. There's three levels of cost savings for the same quality, if not better. Tomorrow I'm going to get into construction stuff. We recorded a couple of videos that are on YouTube, and I want to bring that, now that I mentioned it, I'm going to bring that here up on stage. We've got this video that I uploaded today on what makes these homes more affordable. So you can get in there and you can watch this video, you can use it, learn from it, and start to implement this into your repertoire, in the information that you're sharing with your customers, with your buyers, with your people, even in general. Put this stuff out there in your marketing. Start letting people know what is making the difference in your product. And again, not because it's a cheaper quality, but it's less expensive. It's less expensive. So you've got to make sure that you are doing that so that you can be able to make that transition. You can help make that point, and you've got to be able to make it all make sense, right? Make it make sense. That's the best way that you can do this. If you don't make it make sense, it's never going to be anything better than what is out there in their mind. So what can we do to make that happen? Right? You've got to get this information out there. You've got to be able to make the points. And what are those points? Let's run through those really quick, okay? First and foremost, they're factory built. The fact that they're factory built, they're built in a factory. That video that I shot was yesterday outside of Dallas in a subdivision. And it was about to pour down rain. It started pouring down while I was out there. So it was about to start pouring down rain. And so there were no crews out in the community. There was no crews out in the subdivision working. So those houses, I went in and I spoke to the salesperson on site. I said, hey, if I buy a house right now that I want to have built here, how long is it to get it built? And the lady in there was telling me that it's anywhere between 8 to 9 months before I'd be able to get the house built. The build time itself. And whereas your homes can be built in a matter of a few weeks. So because they're not exposed to the elements, they don't have to wait on the rain for however long it's going to be raining. And here's the other thing, the other side of that. It rains the first day that there's sunlight, it dries up a little bit. They're out there working again. They haven't given the lumber and that building enough time to completely dry out. So now there's other hazards, other dangers that are your buyer can potentially incur as they move along living in the home. So you've got the factory built, being less time to build. The fact that they're also factory built, there's no material theft. You don't have to run. You're not running into the situation where these overnight. It's not uncommon that people go and they start taking materials from this, lumber, sheathing, floor decking, all the regular stuff, which adds up. And of course, that charge gets passed on to you. The next thing, these homes are engineered. They're engineered walls, engineered floors, engineered roof trusses. So there's a lot less waste. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys some pictures. You're going to be just floored by what you're going to see. Okay. And then you take into consideration that as a factory, the manufacturers buy in bulk. So they're buying the material for a lot less cost. That same material that this builder is buying one house at a time, they're buying months at a time. So it's less cost. And then lastly, that framer, that electrician, that plumber, that the builder has to pay the contractor price all of those folks are employees of the company. So it's less cost. So less cost to build, less cost on labor, and less cost on materials. And that cost savings gets forwarded onto your customer. That's what makes these homes more affordable. And tomorrow, when we get into construction, you can see some of that construction stuff. You can see it's not that they're less quality in the build either. You can see that actually there's a huge difference. And manufactured homes are built stronger than most of these site-built homes, stick-built homes. But you've got to be able to articulate it. But the only way that you're going to learn it is by going out there and getting that information, learning it. So go on our YouTube page, subscribe while you're there, subscribe to our YouTube page, like the videos, share them across with anybody in the industry, and let's start moving everyone forward. You guys go out there, have a great Tuesday, enjoy the rest of your day, and make great things happen. You know that we're here at Manufactured Home Sales Master. Take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. And that's what we want to do. So you guys make sure that you are having yourself the best of days. We'll be talking again soon. Until then, my friends, as always, can't wait to meet you.